Fortnite is dropping constant teasers for our return to Chapter 1, officially revealing new skins, classic POIs, and OG vehicles. All of these are slowly piecing together a rift that shows the full key art of Season 5, giving us our first look at the next Battle Pass. Yes, you were looking at remixed versions of classic skins from Chapter 1, like Peely, who was turned into a banana split. We also have Ragnarok, who seems to have a new helmet design. Then we have a new version of Black Knight that looks insane. They're gold, white, and blue, which is definitely gonna be a high tier. This purple skin looks like a futuristic Cuddle Team leader, but there's something else. All of these outfits are not just remixes, they're mashups with other skins. Like Peely and Lil Whip, Cuddle Team leader and Raven, Ragnarok and Omega, but the coolest one is of course Lynx crossed with Renegade Raider. If this gets you excited, you only have to wait a couple of days as Chapter 1 begins on Friday. This will be the most hyped downtime in years. We haven't seen excitement like this since the Black Hole, and you can expect player counts to be as high as a live event. With all this hype surrounding next season, we've also learned of what guns to expect in the loot pool. Finally, after all this time, the classic assault rifle is officially returning, with the old iconic model in its full glory. The same goes for the LMG. It's been over a year since this was in the game, but you can see Ragnarok holding it in the teaser confirming its return. Let me say, this will be great at ripping through builds. Now there's a feature which has been gone for much longer, and people have wanted it back ever since the OG days. That's right, traps are gonna be in Fortnite again. I don't even remember the last time I placed a spike trap. We all got used to walking into buildings without a care. Now we gotta watch out for booby trap rooms. Personally, I hope this means we're also getting trap versions of launch pads or cozy campfires. Those were so nostalgic. And don't get used to that first loot pool, it's gonna change a lot. In fact, Chapter 1 will be updated every week, taking us all the way from Season 5 to Season X. That means we're gonna get constant map changes, new items, maybe even features like slipstreams or rift zones. In fact, we've already got our first leaked image of the map. This is halfway through November when we've reached Season 7. As you can see, this map has elements of 5 and 6 on it too, so don't worry, we're not getting a totally new island every week. They're just adding iconic POIs and biomes onto the map for each update. But honestly, I just want to see the volcano again. This also means for 1 week, we'll be playing the original Season 7, and of course, that includes planes. We've spotted Stormwings in the teasers, and honestly, these were so controversial back in the day, but I feel like everyone wants to use them again. Not to mention, this brings up a major question. If planes are coming back, what else could be? Mechs, the Infinity Blade? Oh boy. Now this next place was a pretty obvious one. Obviously, we were gonna see the return of Tilted Towers. It's OG Fortnite, but you never know until it's confirmed, and now it is, with the competitive account posting a cryptic tweet that says Tilted in all caps. This is a POI we have seen plenty of times over the years, but it's gonna be back at its peak surrounded by other classic locations. You know, like Pleasant Park. This is one we haven't seen since Chapter 2, and people are constantly begging for its return. Well, in the background of the latest teasers, you can see it in full glory, and there's even a fort on the roof. This is actually a throwback to one of the very first Battle Royale images, which showed a huge build on top of a house. They even referenced the gliding default skin. Look closer and you'll start to realize the entire key art is the same scene but from the other side of the wall. Even Jonesy is confused. And fans have already started to notice something different about the trees next season. Sounds like a weird detail to focus on, but these trees are the exact same ones from back in the day, when they were all chunky and you couldn't see through the leaves. However, they're also using Chapter 4 grass, so we're not getting completely OG graphics, but remastered versions of it. Sadly, it has also been confirmed that the old UI isn't coming back. Leaked gameplay images show the Chapter 4 Battle Pass design along with the modern UI. Pretty disappointing, but people have been worried that their favorite mode is getting removed. Zero build is super popular, and obviously the Chapter 1 map was not designed for that. There's so much open space. So they would have to remove zero build to fix that, right? Turns out they're taking a different approach. Epic are thankfully keeping the mode and adding zip lines around the map so you can reach all of those super tall mountains. For build players though, I hope they get rid of the material cap. Back in the day, you used to have 999 mats and it was incredible. With all the open space, the extra builds will definitely help. Another thing we all hoped for was an elusive item called the Guided Missile. This wasn't around for long, but it was so iconic, we all remember it. You could fire a rocket and control it midair, wiping out anyone hiding in a bush or using it to look around for nearby enemies. Honestly, I think it was ahead of its time. People hated it back then, but some of us adored it, and Fortnite has teased its return. In a video about nostalgic memories, they showed a clip of the Guided Missile launcher along with the minigun. That's not all. In the teaser, you could just make out the quad launcher confirming its return. Not to mention the jetpack and the hand cannon are also confirmed to be making a comeback. Now some people will be excited to hear about this next item, and others are gonna be traumatized. Ballers are officially coming back, and these things have an insane reputation. They ruined late game for months, but players also love the feeling of swinging around in a hamster ball. Don't forget, we never had items like the grapple glove before this. It was a really unique vehicle. So hopefully the ballers we're getting aren't battery powered. They used to have unlimited fuel until Epic epic nerf the crap out of them. What you've all been waiting for, that brings me to Boogie Bombs, which were changed for a very good reason. There's only one way to put this. Fortnite is teasing the return, and we're hoping it's not the very OG version because, they were ridiculous. Even if you were shot at, it wouldn't cancel the animation. You'd be stuck dancing and basically had to accept death. And let's just say the trolling was outrageous. Yeah, boy. So with an entirely new map to explore and drivable cars being removed, we need ways to get around, and well, that's where the OG vehicles come in. Drift boards and quad crashers are some of the most fun items out there, whether it was earning a ton of trick points and surfing down hills or flying through the air using the quad crasher's boost. These are gonna be insanely fun when they get vaulted. But back in the day, we had to rely on shopping carts, the first vehicle in Fortnite. You had to build huge ramps and surf down them just to build up speed, but they are also great for trick shots. And luckily, we'll be able to relive these days all over again. You wouldn't have the joy of shopping carts without their successor, ATKs. Not everyone used the golf carts, but they were very handy when you needed them. You could drift, and the longer you went, it would cycle through colors before boosting you forward. Pretty fun for escaping the storm, but also the roof was bouncy, letting you reach impossible areas or prevent fall damage. If you want to deal damage though, there's a perfect item for you. Mounted turrets are returning for the first time in 4 years, allowing you to place a trap down and basically blast anyone in the area. These had unlimited ammo and an overheating feature, so you can sit on a hill and destroy people's builds or shoot down planes with ease. It'll be fun to experiment with them again. Of course, it's not just limited to items and vehicles. Classic weapons are getting their old models back, most importantly, the pump shotty and the tac. They're easily some of the most iconic items in Fortnite. Back in the day, they looked totally different, and we all miss these. Same goes for the Scar and the hunting rifle. Now they're more modern, but once these officially return, it's gonna bring back their personality. Not only do we know the Battle Pass skins are remixed, they went one step further. Even next season's starter pack and crew outfit match the theme. This is Heartbreak Ranger, Season 5 starter, which is obviously a volcanic version of Love Ranger, so I guess he's going through a bad breakup or something. Then we have November's crew pack, a remix of Hybrid from Season 8, except this one is super futuristic. Now, one of the most nostalgic parts of Chapter 1 was the memories we created. Half of that was thanks to the OG creators back in the day, like Tim the Tapman, Courage, or Dr. Lupo. These guys all woke up one morning, only to check their backyard and see huge Fortnite signs. If you recognize them, they're the Chapter 1 props that were last seen at Frenzy Fields. A few weeks ago, they disappeared from the map and have now popped up in OG streamers' yards. Ninja even got the Dirt Burger with drip spray on it, you know, the one from the original trailer? And it's not the only way Ninja is helping to tease next season. In a recent podcast, he revealed that he's worked with Epic Games on a secret commercial, and because of how he was the #1 Fortnite streamer in 2018, people are convinced it's for the Chapter 1 trailer, especially when they used to time entire events around his streams. Remember when Kevin appeared? Maybe they'll reference that moment or bring him back again. So what happens after all of this? Weekly seasons for a month, but then we gotta leave the OG map and go over to Chapter 5. How's that gonna happen? Well, with a live event, of course. Epic is already playtesting the final update of next season, and it'll include a lot of event files. A personal theory is that we're gonna be in Season X by then, so maybe they're gonna do the black hole all over again, taking us to Chapter 5 this time and breaking the internet. By the time that's done, I really hope we get a permanent way to stay in Chapter 1. It only lasts a month, and most of us want to keep the experience, so hopefully they add it as a separate mode. Leaks have suggested we're getting a separate Creative Royale island just for the OG map, which could mean it's sticking around beyond next year, but only one way to find out. That is everything we know about Fortnite OG. I'm still getting better, as you can tell I probably sound super sick, but thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.